I'm going to review the remote functions for the LG UF7300 TV. Of course, top left is power on and off. Now we have the input button, and that brings up the menu on the screen. It gives you the option to choose live HDMI 1, or you can select all inputs to make additional choices. To exit the menu, press back. Caption turns on closed captioning. It allows you to arrow down, turn it off and on. Pressing the user guide. Brings up a whole slew of menus on how to use many of the features. And you use your arrow buttons to navigate. Press OK to select one of the tutorials. And of course, always press back to exit. So that's a really nice feature. The ratio button brings up the aspect menu. It allows you to choose different ratios as far as width and height of your screen. I believe the normal default is 16:9. That's for widescreen. Pressing TV just goes back to TV, back to the last channel that you were on. You have your number buttons. That's pretty obvious. The dash is needed. Sometimes channels have a dash, especially over-the-air channels. List brings up a list of your channels. Notice at the top that the default is now. You can use your arrow keys to go over to next to see what's playing next. So flashback alternates between the last two channels you were watching, FLASHBK. That's great if you like to channel surf and watch both shows in between commercials. The info button shows information about the current show, gives you the title, the time it's on. It tells you if it's Dolby Digital, gives you the aspect, it tells you the density and the sound settings. Mute, we all know what that is, but it's right here in the middle. Turns off all sound. Channel just goes up and down one at a time. It's also used for page up and down. That probably works if you're scrolling through a list of channels. It may work on the browser. We'll have to try that out. Recent shows your previous history. When I pressed on that, it brought up a few things I had been to recently, the content store, the web browser, and so forth. Press back. You may have to press back twice sometimes. Home accesses the home menu. Home's the little icon of the house. And that pops up this menu down at the bottom of your screen. Shows all your inputs and things you've posted to your home menu. Okay, the Q menu is the button with the little gear on it. Underneath it says Q menu. And that accesses the menu. The little icons, it's like quick settings. Over on the right, lets you change your sound, your aspect, set an alarm, and so forth. The live menu again brings up your list of channels. And again, note at the top you can arrow over and see what's playing next. Navigation buttons, they're pretty obvious. A lot of selecting, because this is almost like just a big tablet instead of a traditional TV. OK selects whatever you have. Sometimes you'll see a red outline around it. If you press OK, you're selecting that item. Back always goes to the previous screen, so depending on how far in you are, you may have to hit back more than once. Sleep sets a timer, tells it when to go to sleep. So it brings up this screen all the way from off to 240 minutes. You arrow down and then select with OK. Note if you don't hit the back button, each menu only stays up for like 10 or 15 seconds and it backs out itself. SAP, if you have an alternate audio source, perhaps a different language. If there were other languages available, you could use the arrow keys and then the OK key to select it. The control buttons, see down here? I guess you fast forward, and then these colored buttons down here, they look like dominoes. These are special functions in some menus. So that's a basic overview of the remote. I hope that's helpful. Thank you.